Alright guys, welcome to the FNTV show brought to you by the Performance Lab. I'm on today with Ronan Keefe. He is getting ready for the Chicago Marathon, but I'll have him go ahead and I pretty much just introduced, but I'll have him go ahead and do that himself. Tell you guys a little bit more about himself.
Well, as Kendall says, I'm Ronan O'Keefe. This will be marathon number 5, second time doing Chicago, and we'll hopefully going for a time of 3:15 is the aim, but fingers crossed. We'll see if I've done enough in training.
Nice. So you said second time
doing
Chicago.
Yeah.
What was your experience of your first time in Chicago?
Absolutely loved it. Best marathon I've done. Up to 4 I've done so far. I did it 2 years ago, 2015. The course is brilliant. Absolutely flat. Crowds, about 2 million people line the streets.
Nice.
And out for support, and there's people giving you high fives, there's kids handing out jellies, there's people handing out sponges of water, anything you need the whole way along. All 26 miles are so well supported.
Wow, that's good, because that's 26 miles of running.
Yes.
You know, that's...
Don't remind me.
I apologize. But that is good that you get the support all the way through. You know, as you said, you got the kids there handing out sponges, you got the crowd cheering along the entire way, which is extremely good. Because, you know, it just keeps you motivated, keeps you going. I've never done a marathon myself, but, you know, my longest has been a half marathon, and I mean, I want to drive myself crazy, so I have
because, you know, the emotions kick in, like kind of, you know, you get to the halfway mark and you're like, 13 miles in, 13 miles to go, and it's like, So, you know, I remember last time mile kind of 17, 18, 19 were a struggle for me. And as I said, the kids are there and they're kind of like, come on, you can do it, you can do it. Run, don't stop. And the second you try and stop and walk, they're like, run.
Yeah.
You know, you're nearly there, only a few miles to go.
Nice. They keep you going. Really.
Exactly,
Nice. And this time of year, is same time of year as last year?
Yeah, exactly.
What's the weather like right now in Chicago?
It's pretty good. It's the same as last time, which is kind of early morning, 60 degrees, picking up to 70, 75 after the race.
Great weather running.
Yeah, absolutely. It's warm for Chicago, and I know some people struggled with it last time, but coming from Cayman, training during the summer, you're used to sweating your ass off.
Yes. And that was going to be my next question. What do you think about training here? Do you think that has helped your preparation for Chicago? You know, it's so hot here, you know, so humid, and Chicago is going to be nowhere close.
Yeah, and it's great from that aspect that you have the endurance training here in the heat, in the humidity, and anywhere I've gone. So I did Dublin last year, which is similar temperatures, even a little bit cooler. The only thing is, obviously training here during the summer, even a short 10, 15, 20 minute run, you're soaked. You know, like, there's no kind of easy run out there. It's nice running here, and in winter time you have the cool breeze.
Yeah, the race in those better conditions must really make a difference for you, and be so much more enjoyable.
Yeah, because even when I ran Chicago last time, I did a lot of heart rate training, so zone 2, 3, 4, and whatever coach says. And last time I ran 26 miles all in zone 2, because, you know, training here in zone 2, zone 3. And you go up there and it's easy. The legs just run over. I remember I was even reading back my race report from 2 years ago that I sent to coach, and I remember mile 6. I remember the mile marker of mile 6, and I couldn't even believe I'd done 6 miles. I didn't even feel it.
That's great. I can't wait till I get to that point. I'm still trying to compete with you on the 2 mile races.
Well, we'll see. Maybe next year I'll go back to 2 miles, the shorter course stuff. See if I can pick up my speed again.
So if you ever want to jump from 26 miles back to 2,
that's why I stick to 26. Nobody can compete up there.
So, another question I have for you was, how exactly was your preparation for this marathon compared to your last one? Did you change anything, or was the training a lot harder this time, or what was your preparation?
Well, preparation for one was going back to coach. Last year for Dublin, I didn't use a coach. I just did it, you know, online. Program, printed it off and did it myself. This year I went back to working with James Murray, who helped me last time for Chicago, and he just sends week by week plans. There's no looking forward, you know, worrying about the long runs coming up. Just focus on the week that's ahead.
Yeah.
I send him how the week goes. He on a Sunday, and he sends me back the plan for the week coming. It works around if I've schedule changes or if I have to be away. How work impacts that, but he works all that in.
Okay, nice.
And yeah, so it's been very good this time. He mixes it in, kind of tempo runs, mixing up the heart rate zones, and then progressively, obviously, getting to longer and longer distance.
All right. Normally for me, when I'm in my training, I have to do a long run. My long run is 2 hours, hour 45 minutes, and super slow pace. Being that you're training for a marathon, but I'm only racing, that was 10K. My long run is 2 hours. As a marathon runner, what would be your long run?
I did 2 long runs this time, or very long runs, and they were verging on 3 hours. One, I think 3 hour 10 minutes, the long one.
Wow.
Which is about 20-mile mark.
Wow.
And I've tried it kind of different years. The first year when I did New Orleans in 2014, I did one 20-mile run, and then the last time doing Chicago, I did 2 20-mile runs. Last year I did 3, and that was too many. I think it was just my legs were absolutely wrecked afterwards. Yeah. Because even with a week in between of shorter distance, you're still tired. But I suppose that's what the training's all about the recovery and being able to turn it around.
Being able to do that on race day. Very important question. How did you qualify for Chicago? What was the process to get into Chicago?
Well, Chicago has a number of entry possibilities. I went the lottery way, and I actually got in last year, but then deferred because I got into Dublin, and I wanted to do Dublin with a few friends. So the only annoying thing with that is you pay twice. So I paid for 2017 and paid for 2016, and again for 2017.
Okay.
But during one of the major marathons, which is tough to get into. It's probably the easiest of the big majors to get into.
Yeah.
It only went to lottery, I think, 4 or 5 years ago. Prior to that, anyone that applied got in.
Pretty much. Okay.
You can also apply on time, but
yeah.
I'm not that fast.
Well, I was just going to ask, does this race qualify you for Boston, or?
That was originally when I was kind of setting out to run this race. That was my plan, to get a Boston qualifier. But realistically for me, it's about maybe a 3:06 I need to run to get into Boston. My last in Dublin was 3:19, so it was a big chunk to take off.
Yeah.
So I think it kind of became evident a few weeks into the training that wasn't going to happen. But I'll hopefully set a PB, and I'll be happy with that. It's one step closer to a Boston qualifier someday.
For sure.
And as I get older, the Boston qualifiers eventually come easier. So
you need to keep Conrad in mind. Conrad Proud, keep him in mind.
He's a fast man. I can't keep up with him, but
gotta think about running him down. Vision it.
We'll see.
Conrad, we're calling you out.
Exactly. I'm coming to get you. Also, do one of those races like John Rooney and attach a tether to you, and I can drag along.
Or Jeff and Dale. I heard Jeff was saying that when they were going on a half marathon road, Dale would always just run into him, just bump him with the elbow.
Keep him going. Yeah, Dale's a tough cookie to please. He's always a taskmaster, pushing and never taking no for an answer.
That's for sure. What's been your favourite marathon so far?
I'd have to probably say Chicago, but they all kind of jump out. Like New Orleans was a tough one. It was my first one. It was a nice city to run through, but it was overcast, damp, drizzly. Then did Cayman, which was great. The support, there's not that many on the road, but between the drunken Saffas on South Sound and other people along the way, the running community here is so tight that they all just shout your name as you run along.
Nice.
Then Chicago, then Dublin. Had my parents support me in Dublin, which was perfect. But I think course wise and feeling wise, Chicago is probably the best. Yeah, so hopefully I can replicate that on Sunday.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. I wish you the best of luck in that race. Hope it turns out great.
Thank you.
Hope you get that PB. Maybe qualify for Boston. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be nice. Maybe I'll apply to Boston and see if they can change their times just for those from Cayman. But someday.
Yeah, you see how it goes.
Excellent.
But Ro, thank you for being on.
No, thank you very much.
Appreciate it. All right, that was the FNTV show brought to you by the Performance Lab.